Hello everyone, welcome into another video, and today I will be talking about how do I feel about Erin month. So I thought this would be a good video to make, just because there are some months out there that I feel pretty good, and then there's some months that I really do feel underwhelming. So yeah, I think this will be a good video to make here. So let's get started here. So right now we're in January. So today is January 19, 2026. So I will go from January to December here. So let's get started with January. So January for me is always been a tough month for me. I get depressed pretty easily in January. It's not a good month for me at all. I feel depressed. I feel unmotivated. Like I feel really depressed when it comes to January, like because the weather out there is all foggy, all cloudy and all that stuff, man. It's like I need to see the sun to be happy and all that stuff, but it's all foggy and the weather out there is all ugly and shit. And it kind of has the impact on my mental health. Like, I just feel like that I'm not doing anything and all that stuff. Like, I'm not feeling like I don't feel like that. I just don't feel that I accomplished something in my life. Like, I just get these, like, weird thoughts in my head and all that stuff. I just feel depressed because of the weather and stuff, and it's just January to me. It's just not been a good month for me. And this January, man, it's not been good. I'm constantly getting depressed. I'm getting a lot of anxiety so far this month. Like I'm not doing anything. I just don't feel motivated to do anything. And yeah, I don't feel motivated. I don't know. I just try to get myself motivated. I try to do something, but it's kind of tough, man, because the weather is just terrible. Like like it gets foggy and it gets cloudy and the sun does come out, but it comes down like in the afternoon and stuff. So yeah, January is always a slow start for me. Like this January has just not been good. Like the last good January that I had was back in 2019. 2020 was not good. January 21 wasn't good. 22 wasn't good. 23 wasn't good. And 24 wasn't a good January. And last year was not a good January. So yeah, January to me is just it's never been a great month for me. And it's a boring month for me. It's boring. Like nothing in sports goes on. Probably except for the NFL playoffs. That's the only good thing about January. But other than that, and also the national championship happens in January for college football. So yeah, the national championship did happen, and Indiana won the Natty. So congratulations to Indiana and Fernando Mendoza on winning the national championship. Those are the only things I look forward to. But other than that, there's nothing on. They're just really nothing special about this month. And yeah, it's my birth. This month is my birthday. So my birthday is this Thursday. So I'm turning 24 on Thursday. So yeah, I'm gonna be 24 on Thursday, and I mean I'm still young. I'm still really young, man. So I'm not really worried about my age, and I shouldn't because I gotta understand I'm still young in my life, and I should not be worried about anything. and stuff. So yeah, I mean, Thursday is my birthday, so yeah. Um, I'm not really complaining about my age, because that's just some childish stuff to do. So, you know, I'm gonna keep living life here. In my, when I'm turned 24 on Thursday. So yeah, so January for me, if I have to rate January, I give it like a 3 or 2 or something like that. Yeah, I mean, January is always a slow month for me. It's always a bad start. February. So um, February could be a tough month for me. Not every February is bad, but the last good February that I had was like 2022. February of 22 wasn't really too bad. February 23 was, I don't know, it's kind of meh, I guess. Um, February 24 wasn't good, and then last February wasn't good either. So yeah, February for me is just not really the best month for me at all. But I would say it's a bit better than January and stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's some Februarys that I'm kind of happy, with that stuff. And yeah, this February, next month, I'm looking forward to February this year. Obviously, the Super Bowl is on. Obviously, February, there's always the Super Bowl. And then every 4 years, there's the Winter Olympics. So yeah, February should be not a bad month for me. We have the Winter Olympics, we have the Super Bowl going on next month. It will be in the Bay Area, so it'll be in Santa Clara, and I might try to go to the Bay Area the day before the Super Bowl. You know, Obviously, I'm not gonna go to the Super Bowl because those tickets are expensive, and I do not have the money to buy these tickets to go to the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know how much they cost, but they cost a lot of money. So yeah, they do cost a lot of money to go to to go to the Super Bowl. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this year's Super Bowl. Obviously, we don't know who's playing just yet, but I'm gonna be in the Bay Area the day before the Super Bowl just to kind of have that experience, I guess. But yeah, the Bay Area is gonna be hosting the Super Bowl in just a few weeks. And also another thing that sucks about February is Valentine's Day. And that day, I just get a little depressed. I do get depressed that day because, Valentine's Day, obviously, a lot of people are with their loved ones and all that stuff. Like, they always give them flowers. They're giving all this stuff to their girlfriends, like it's kind of depressing for me to see that, man, because I don't have a girlfriend. I don't try to think about that too often. Like, but when it comes to Valentine's Day, it kind of hurts me a little bit more. It kind of hurts me, and I start having these really bad thoughts that I can't, why I don't have a girlfriend and all that stuff. And I try to not think about that. I just try to really take my time and find the right girl, and yeah, like I try to take my time. Like, I'm not trying to rush to get a girlfriend and all that stuff. Like, I don't try to do that because rushing to get a girlfriend is not good. Like, if you rush to get into a relationship, then there's a good chance that it may not end well. And I do not want that to happen to me. That I rush to get a girlfriend, just because other people have girls and they're going out with their girl guys are going out with their girlfriends and all that stuff on Valentine's Day. They're kissing each other in front of me and all that stuff. And I feel like when they do that on Valentine's Day, I feel triggered. I do feel a bit triggered when they do that because I don't have a girlfriend and all that stuff. Like I don't even have a girlfriend and they're trying to make me feel bad that I don't even have one. Like for me, I just try to take my time and I will eventually get a girlfriend when that time comes, but for me, I'm not trying to rush to get a girlfriend. I'm just going to try to take things day by day and maybe someday I get a girlfriend. But yeah, Valentine's Day is just not a good holiday for me, you know. If I don't need to go out on Valentine's Day, I will just stay home on Valentine's Day. But yeah, like if I don't have anything to do on Valentine's Day, I might just stay home. But yeah, like Valentine's Day absolutely sucks. I don't like Valentine's Day. Like why do we have to have Valentine's Day? Like it's just a stupid fucking holiday to have. Like, ooh, this is the day that you show love to your girl. Like show love to your girl every day, not just on Valentine's Day. It's like fuck Valentine's Day. It's just a stupid fucking holiday. Ugh, I fucking hate that day, dude. But yeah, fuck Valentine's Day. But yeah, February to me, if I have to rate it, probably give it like a 4 or 5, I guess. So yeah, so let's get into March here. So March, I think March, um, is not really a bad month for me. Obviously in March there's March Madness. I always look forward to that tournament every year. So yeah, March is I kind of start to get a little bit in a good mood because the weather is starting to kind of get a lot more nicer and all that stuff. And, these big sporting events are coming up. But yeah, the reason why I like March is because of March Madness. And, March Madness is always a tournament I always love to watch because I love seeing the upsets. There's always upsets in March Madness. And like upsets in March Madness are always fun to see because when it comes to March Madness, you do not know what to expect. What people say, expect the unexpected in March Madness. Like you can see a 15 seed beat a 2 seed, a 14 seed beat a 3 seed, and I always love to fill up my bracket in March. Like I like to fill my bracket, and obviously, I'm not gonna get everything right, and I don't really care. Like I don't really give a crap if I don't get if my bracket is not good at all. Like I just do it for fun. I do it for fun, man. Like I don't take that seriously, man. Like you never know what's gonna happen. Like you never know. So yeah, March is not a bad month for me mentally, at all. Like last March was not good, and the March before was actually good for me. I had a good March in 2024. That was the only good month that I had in 2024. But yeah, March, not a bad month. If I have to rate it, I probably rate it a 5 or 6, maybe 7. I say maybe. I'll probably give it like a 7, I guess. I don't know, but it's not a bad month for me. April. April is a good month. Obviously, You do have the Masters in golf. You do have the Stanley Cup playoffs, NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs going on. So yeah, April to me is not a really bad month, you know. But yeah, last April wasn't really the best. My last two Aprils not been really good. Kind of was struggling a little bit mentally the last two Aprils. April 2023, I wouldn't say wasn't too bad. I wouldn't say why can I not talk? I would say April 2023 wasn't really that bad at all. But yeah, April Aprils are always, not always, but Aprils are not a bad month for me mentally. So yeah, there's always a lot to look forward to in April as well. March, there's always a lot to look forward to. But yeah, April, I will give it like a and also the weather is nice out there in April, so that's a good thing. So April, I'll probably give it like a 7, I guess, if I have to guess. May. May, the Stanley Cup playoffs are continuing. We have the PGA Championship for golf, the NBA playoffs, also the Kentucky Derby, and the Preakness Stakes. So yeah, May is always a good time for sports. Pretty much the spring is always one of the best times for sports because of I call it championship season because there's always big events happening between March and June or July, and it's always a good time for me for sport to watch sports. The playoffs are going on. It's always exciting. It kind of makes me motivated. Like that's the reason why I like spring a lot because it makes me feel a lot more motivated about sports. You know, like the Stanley Cup playoffs to me is always fun for me to watch. Like like this. I don't like watching the Stanley Cup playoff. Like hockey, man, have the best atmosphere in all the sports when it comes to the playoffs. Like there's nothing like playoff hockey at all. And yeah, May, you know, is a good month for me. May not for me. May is not really a bad month for me. So if I have to rate it, I'll probably rate it like I give it like a 7, I guess. I mean 7 or 8, I guess. So yeah, I mean overall for me for the spring, I think it's a good time for me because of sports. It's always a good time to be a sports fan in the spring because you have all these big events going on in sports in the spring. So yeah. June, obviously it's the Stanley Cup Finals, the NBA Finals. So obviously we're kind of getting to the end of the NHL season and the NBA season, and June for me. I mean, it could be a fun month for me. I think June could be a good month, but the only thing I just don't like about June is it gets really hot. Like I don't like when it gets to like 100 degrees. Like I'm fine with 80-degree weather. Low 90s, I think I'm okay. But when it gets to like 100 degrees, like upper 90s, 100, oh boy, I hate it. I hate having 100-degree weather because it is hot, and all that stuff. Like I just don't like 100-degree weather at all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it gets really hot here where I live, and yeah, like I have to drink a lot of water and all that stuff because if I don't drink water, then I'm gonna pass out. So yeah, the only bad thing about June is the heat. I just don't like the heat at all. But there's some good things about June. You have the U.S. Open for golf, and you do have, also this summer we're gonna have the World Cup. So the World Cup is gonna be happening in June. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to watching the World Cup this summer. So yeah. When it comes to June, if I have to rate it, probably like a 6 or a 5. I mean, the only bad thing about June is it gets really hot, and like June is kind of like the last good month for sports and stuff because after the NHL, after June, July. So let's get to July here. So yeah, July is for sports. It's kind of a boring month for sports because the NHL season is the NHL, NBA, NFL season are on their off seasons. Obviously, late July, the NFL do their training camps. Um, and it's the middle of summer. And same thing as June, it gets really hot here in July. So yeah, it gets hot here in July. And yeah, there's not much things to do. Um, in July. There's really no. The only thing I look forward to is the Open Championship. I watch golf in July, and also this July we do have the World Cup as well. So yeah, I think this July should be a bit better because we have the World Cup, and also it's the 4th of July. I always like the 4th of July. I always like watching the fireworks. They're cool. So yeah, there's things to look forward to in July. But yeah, the heat is a big issue when it comes to July here. But yeah, if I have to rate July, I'd give it like a 6. August, I mean, I would say it's a boring month. Obviously, it's kind of back to school for kids. So if you're a kid, if you don't like school, then August is not a good month for you. It's always a bad month for kids who hate hate going back to school. But August to me, it's not really too bad. Well, I mean, it's kind of net to me. Obviously, same thing. It's hot. I don't have to get into that. Um, Still 100-degree weather out there. And when it comes to sports, there's really nothing in sports. You do have the FedEx Cup playoffs. You do have preseason football, but I don't really watch preseason football because they're kind of meaningless games to me. So, like I don't like watching meaningless games. I like watching meaningful football. I like watching regular season football, not preseason football. But yeah, August. I mean, not a really good month for sports. Still 100 degrees out there. Obviously, that's the month that everyone starts to go back to school, and all that stuff. Not just um elementary, middle school, or high school. Also, college starts in late August for some. For some schools, I know some schools in college start their semesters in September. So yeah, August is kind of a back, you know, everyone's starting to get back to school and all that stuff. Not all schools go back in August. Over here where I live, pretty much we go back to school in like mid August. And I know people are gonna say that's too early, but I don't know. I know some schools don't go back to school until September or after Labor Day. So, um, yeah. So August, I probably gave it like maybe like a 4 or 5. So September. I mean, it's kind of the end of. We're kind of starting to feel the end of summer, and I kind of get happy when it's September because um, I'm starting to feel happy because I don't have to deal with the hot weather no more, and it's starting to get. And the days are gonna start to get a bit more cooler out there, and all that stuff. And September, it can still get hot here. Still can get really hot here in September. But the good thing about September is football season starts, NFL season starts. So that's a good thing about September um is that the NFL season starts in September. So that's the good thing about September. Um, Obviously, but yeah, I mean, there's been some Septembers that I kind of had a bad month. There's been some bad Septembers, but yeah, last September wasn't really too bad. I did pretty good last September. Um, September 24 wasn't really the greatest. September 23 I say was okay. And then September 22 of 2022 was, maybe not bad, I would say. September 20 wasn't really that good and all that stuff. So yeah, for some reason, it was not a good month for me, but I think, you know, I do think that September could be a good month for me sometimes. So if I have to rate it, probably I give it like a 6 or a 7. October, the weather starts to get cooler here. Um, the MLB playoffs are underway. Pretty much all all the big four sports leagues are kind of in action in October. The NFL season is happening. The NHL NBA season starts. They start their season in October. I heard the NHL season starting next season. It's gonna start in late September. So yeah, so the NHL season is gonna be starting up in late September later this year. So that should be interesting. But yeah, October, it's Halloween. I don't really go trick or treating no more because I'm too old for that shit. But yeah, October is a good time for sports. You know, mentally, I'm kind of okay. I kind of do fine in October mentally. Um, weather starts to get cooler. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of in a good mood in October. October is not a really bad month for me. I mean, I kind of give it like a 7 or 8. I'll do like October a lot. It's a decent month. So in November, obviously, um, it's Thanksgiving, and I like Thanksgiving a lot. It's one of my favorite holidays out there. And sports wise, the NHL, NBA season, they kind of, they're, NHL, NBA season is happening. November is not a good month. November is a good month for me. Obviously, I always look forward to Thanksgiving and all that stuff, and the weather starts to get cooler, which I kind of get happy because I get happy in like the fall, in like October, November, because the heat is finally past us, and I can enjoy being in much cooler weather now. You know, I can enjoy being out there in like 60-degree weather and all that stuff. But yeah, November is a good month for me. December, if I have to rate November, probably get like a 7. And then December, the last month of the year. I like December a lot. Obviously, it's Christmas. I like the holiday spirit. I like seeing the lights out there. I like seeing the Christmas decorations outside. It kind of makes me feel happy to see that. Honestly, like it kind of makes me feel mentally good in December. Um, you know. So yeah, December. It's a good month for me. But yeah. Obviously the college football playoff is going on in December. So yeah, December is, if I have to rate it, probably give it like an 8, I guess. I'll probably give it like an 8. So yeah, I say the worst month for me is January, February. Those months are not really too good for me. Um, and then July, August, not really good month for me either. Um, I say the best months are March, April, May. Um, then October, November, December. I say those are the good months, and kind of the man months are kind of September and June. But yeah, I mean, this month absolutely sucks, man. Just I feel depressed about this month. It's just and given the fact this month is my birthday, it kind of makes it feel a bit bad that I have to have my birthday in January in the most depressing month. Um, the most depressing month of the year because yeah, the weather sucks. You know, the weather is just way too ugly for me to feel happy at all. So yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't think I have nothing to say here. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You like this channel, and what do you think about every month? Which month do you don't like? Which month do you like? So yeah, um, comment down below, and I see you guys later. Bye.